And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that lovely Brutal OST as we have returned with the semi-finals of WTL World Team League 2024 Summer KungFu Cup round number 10. We're nearing the end of the WTL season. What does that mean? That means only one more round. 11 rounds in total of the WTL season, so we're also running out of KungFu Cups. We're nearing the end here, but likewise nearing the end of this tournament, we have our PvP ready and waiting for us. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our Blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will advance on into the grand finals. Who will be our first finalist? Will it be one Protoss or the other? Will it be SKillous or MaxPax? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As we are opening up, SKillous going for the gate expand on the low ground. SKillous just setting it all out there. Let's go. We do open up MaxPax. So, a couple of things here. A couple of things going on. Basically, SKillous is out MaxPaxing MaxPax. MaxPax, he always goes gate expand. True, he goes gate, cyber, double gas, stargate into expansion. But specifically on Golden Aura, he goes for it on the high ground because it's a little bit unsafe. The low ground is a little bit harder to hold on this map, so he goes to the high ground setup instead, which means he's playing it safer. SKillous has no fear. No fear whatsoever. Sits up on the low ground instead, setting up for the expansion. As both players are opening up economically. There it is. Cybercore has been thrown down for both players. Zelda's on the way. And I'm curious how MaxPax responds to this. I'm curious if we end up in Phoenix Wars or not. Double gas. We have both gases here for MaxPax. SKillous, a little bit later. A little bit later with that gas. It does tell us that SKillous wanted to be greedier. He wanted to be more economic. He wanted a faster expansion, and is being punished for it. Is being punished. This tells me that MaxPax will be much faster when it comes to his Stargate, much faster when it comes to the Oracle. There we go. Stargate's on the way. Oracle's on the horizon. MaxPax is going to be the initial aggressor. Meanwhile, SKillous does get the Nexus. Does get the base up and running. Again, SKillous is being greedier, is being more economic. He's being greedy, papi. And we'll see if MaxPax can punish him. We shall see. As MaxPax is settling in. Going for the expansion. Is going to be, again, the Gate Cyber Stargate expand here by MaxPax. And we'll see if SKillous can minimize losses against the Oracle, as it should be an Oracle first from our Red Protoss. So SKillous is going to be the defender, MaxPax the aggressor, probe gets shut down, Oracle's on the way. We have an Eps here on the low ground as well, threatening that natural. And SKillous is keeping up. He does shut down the Zealots, does fully wall off behind this. Zealot is sniped. And SKillous defends. So far, so good. But again, there's layers. There's layers of the aggression of MaxPax. So SKillous is not out of the woods yet. Adept commits to the shade. Oh my god, we take a lot of hits. Adept does take a lot of damage. Still shading in. Oracle towards the main. Shield battery does finish up in time. And the Adept does not commit. Does not commit to the shade. MaxPax dipping into the natural, getting a probe. 1 or 2 probes go down. We do rotate over. We do rally a little bit too soon. And we get 3. We can almost get 4 kills as well. Oh, he wants it. He wants that final probe, and he is not going to get it. Whew. The Adept does fall, but 3 probe kills is a good start. And we're not done. We have a second Oracle moving out as well. So, even though MaxPax's base was later, he's able to make up for it with those worker kills. SKillous still has a lead, but we're not done. We still have 2 Oracles. MaxPax is still being active. Still diving into the main. SKillous in position, but we do still get 2, 3 probe, 4 probe kills. For the price of the Oracle, suddenly not too worth it for MaxPax. Oracle does go down. Gets a good amount of damage, but again, Oracles ideally do want a little bit more than that. As that was a big investment. And now SKillous has that Stalker lead. Still not moving out. Still stuck at home because of the Oracle. Still pinned back. As I say that, we do manage to get a couple of hits on it. SKillous moving out across the map. Back at home, what do we have? We have a shield battery, we have an overcharge, we have our Stalkers in position. MaxPax actually going for a Dark Shrine at the same time. Okay. Blink into DTs. Meanwhile, SKillous is expanding, taking a third base. Now, I'm concerned. No Robo. Stay strapped into the natural. We do pull away in time. Oof, just barely. But there's no Robo. So we're cutting corners, and SKillous may straight up die to DTs. Pylons being thrown down. A gateway as well to warp in that much faster. Oh, I am concerned. Hallucination does scout. Oh my god, very important, very crucial scout. We get eyes on the Dark Shrine. Robo's on the way, and we need detection as soon as possible. We need that observer. Oracle does confirm the base. Meanwhile, we shut down the proxy. Very nicely done. SKillous, he denies the gateway, shuts down the pylon. MaxPax going for a backup pylon instead. But this will delay the warp in. This will delay the DTs. As SKillous is in position, MaxPax pushing out towards a third. But SKillous is keeping up. And now we have DTs, but that's a slow warp in as well. And SKillous is just given that much more time to respond. Pylon under fire. SKillous keeping up. DTs are waddling in. Observers being crowded as we speak. We have force fields ready. We have the force fields. Ooh, one sentry goes down. Yeah, big pickoff at the same time we're trying to push in. Stalker goes down. We're still fighting damage. The observer not quite in position. We get 5 probe kills. We're getting damage done. 5 workers do go down. Overcharges popped. Be able to hold on. Observer does reposition. Now we have 2 observers, 1 at the natural, 1 at the third. We do hold, but that was good enough for MaxPax to catch up. Remember, MaxPax, he was down in workers, but now he has caught up. So very nice DT harass despite having detection. MaxPax was still able to pull skills apart and still get damage done. And now we can settle in. We can calm things down, settle into our game. MaxPax moving out, still being active. And SKillous is lacking map vision and map control because of his observers. Remember, his observers are back at home. Yeah, SKillous is caught off guard. Army's out of position. As the army responds, DT's waddling in. Yeah, we're pulling SKillous apart. Stays into the main, we do react in time. DT into the third, more probes going down. Again, DTs are so punishing. They one-shot workers, 3 probes falling. But SKillous does dive on the main army. Oof. Still losing more workers. Does warp in time. And we'll find the pylon. Not bad. Pylon is found out. SKillous does hold. He's looking to stabilize. MaxPax takes the worker lead. And we're entering the mid-game here. Stalkers versus Stalkers. 4th base is on the way for both players. Oracle still being active. Hitting the natural. Going for the stasis. We do react. Oh! Ooh, catching the Stalkers. Nicely done there by MaxPax. Keeps the Oracle alive. And again, we're working towards charge. +1. We do have a slight upgrade lead here for SKillous. True. He's already working on +2. Does have those upgrades. Meanwhile, when it comes to the main army composition, SKillous already has charge. He's moving out across the map. Prism as well, so we can reinforce with charge lots. And SKillous, can he break this army? MaxPax see himself getting caught out a little bit. Has to be careful. Reinforcing with more Stalkers, a couple of Zealots. We are poking in, bearing in mind SKillous does have that upgrade lead. He's got +1 over MaxPax. Going for the pylon. Fighting out of range of the shield battery as well. Let's fight out of range. MaxPax has not quite spotted the 4th base yet. For the revelation. And getting eyes on the 4th. And we will catch some probes. Not bad. 2 probes go down. SKillous going for a bit of a rotation, not quite pushing in towards the third base. Can try to push up into the fourth, but again, this ramp is brutal. It's a very narrow choke point. The Prism! Up! Yeah, the Prism gets caught. Massive pickoff. War Prism does go down. SKillous does hit the fourth base, but again, we're in position. We have the Immortals, we have the high ground. Yeah, there's no breaking this. SKillous has to back off. War Prism's on the way. And even though SKillous had a bit of a timing here, I mean, he's going to have another. A +2 just finished. So SKillous still has that upgrade advantage. Still has that upgrade lead. And we do need to make use of it. +3 has begun for SKillous. Still being active. MaxPax keeping most of his army at his fourth, now taking a fifth. No one has tried to take up into Disruptors, not yet. Still very Stalker heavy. The Oracle's being active, catching Observer. MaxPax moving out with a split push. At the same time, SKillous going right down the center, going for the third. Yeah, the third is exposed. He doesn't commit though. Yeah, doesn't want to be surrounded. SKillous does pull away. Catching up some Zealots. DT's waddling in. We do react in time. Oh, the Stalker. Yeah, Stalker is one shot away from going down. Stalker does fall, forcing a recall. More DTs on the way. That's going to be 8 Dark Templar. Oh my god. That's a lot of DTs. Both players are maxed out. But MaxPax only has half his army. He's caught out. Most of his supply towards the top right. And going for that DT run by as well. It's a risky move, but he's going to get the Nexus. And Nexus is going to go down. And massive pickoff at the same time. We hit the northern base as well. And SKillous is being pulled apart, losing base after base. Probes are falling. It was a risky move here by MaxPax, but it pays off. I'm going for the Prism as well. The Prism does fall, and SKillous is being picked apart left and right. 17 probe kills. Catching out the Stalkers as well. We have to force everything to rotate over. The base does survive, but MaxPax he's not done. Pushes on forward. Oh, we have reinforcements though. MaxPax has to respect it. Has to back off. Tease into the natural. And forcing rotation. Cannon goes down. More probes falling. Again, these Dark Templar have been so brutal here this game. Sniping workers, sniping bases as well. It is hard to keep up. Getting another Stalker, getting into the mineral line as well. And there were timings that with Windows, of course, where SKillous could try to take it to the main army, but MaxPax never really gave SKillous that fight he wanted. Just focus on harass. GG gets called, and MaxPax will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Against SKillous, he had a window where he had +1, where he had +2. He was being active, but he wasn't able to really push in. He wasn't able to take that fight he wanted. MaxPax just focusing on harass. Whether it's DTs, Stalkers, Zealots. Just picking away at the economy of SKillous, pulling them apart, and creating these opportunities to take advantage of the Protoss. And with that, MaxPax takes a lead. Does take a lead, but I want to believe we can get it back and forth. I want to believe that we can embrace an ace match. We have seen SKillous defeat MaxPax in the past. Happened, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago in ESL Europe, if I remember correctly. We'll see if SKillous can do that again. I may be thinking of SKillous versus Showtime. I want to confirm. Let's see. I think it was Showtime. I think SKillous, he defeated Clem and Showtime in that weekly, which was still impressive. go. So getting ready for game 2. And we are jumping in. It's going to be on Ghost River. Let's go. And yeah, I was thinking of Showtime. Okay. The other Protoss. It looks like they did face off 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago in ESL Europe, but did go the way of MaxPax. Did take it 2-1. So we'll see if SKillous can fight back. As we are jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ghost River, we have our red Protoss player representing Team Liquid down in the series, looking to bounce back here and now and force the ace match. The pressure is on. It is SKillous. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player from the land of Denmark, representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. Let's go. Let us go. As our PvP does continue, going to be embracing Ghost River. We do see that this time SKillous is going for the gateway on the high grounds. Is not going for the low ground setup like he did previously. As SKillous is going to be hiding that probe. Interesting. Going for what looks to be a fake proxy pylon. Okay. So MaxPax, he goes in for the scout, and MaxPax will confirm that the pylon is missing. The pylon is not where it should be. As it is going to be that 2-gate opener from SKillous. Meanwhile, just a gate expand setup here from MaxPax. Waiting for that pylon. There it is. The pylon has been thrown down. Again, MaxPax, he confirms that the pylon is not where it should be. It could be a fake proxy pylon. It could be a real one. MaxPax has to piece it all together. As again, MaxPax should be going for the Stargate initially into the expansion. Probe is now going to be going in for its own scout on the side of SKillous. Again, pylon is done. We don't stick around. And from here, SKillous should just be embracing a bit of a longer game. And should be looking to expand, but we'll keep an eye on him. Keep an eye. SKillous going for the pylon block. Being a bit of an annoyance here. As Zealot does come back. Thankfully, MaxPax did not skip the Zealot. Still has it. Can focus on the pylon. And the pylon does finish. Are we going for the Cyber Core? Oh, we won't be able to. Probe goes down. Likewise, so will the pylon. And the Stargate will complete. We're going for the Oracle. Now, as MaxPax is embracing his harassment, is going to be moving out, SKillous is expanding. So SKillous does expand. Going for the Nexus. Keeping up with the Adepts. Oh. As MaxPax does cancel the Shade, the second Stalker was on the chase. He's on the hunt. But the Adept should fall. So not a bad pickup here. SKillous shuts down the Adept, which means MaxPax is still in the dark, doesn't know what's going on. The Oracle will confirm. MaxPax even going for the safety Void Ray just because of how little information MaxPax has. But he confirms. He confirms the expansion. Confirms the natural. Again, SKillous embracing a longer game and taking up into a Twilight Council. Okay. So it's going to be Blink here from SKillous. You know, MaxPax is may as well just finish the Void Ray. Void Ray does complete. Twilight Council's on the way. And we're just going to be calming things down and settling into our PvP. Both players are expanding. Both players are calming down. MaxPax is moving out with the first Void Ray. I mean, may as well make use of it. So he's going to be pushing in, and we'll see if we can catch a stray unit. Shield battery's not done. Oh, we catch a Stalker. And one Stalker goes down. We're going to be able to catch a second Stalker as well. Oracle barely does escape, and this one Void Ray is popping off. Gets 3 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers and barely does not get the 4th. Whew. Almost. Shield Battery does finish, and SKillous holds. SKillous does hold on. It did cost him quite a lot. That was 3 Stalkers and a Sentry. So a much better trade for MaxPax. Does save the Void Ray. Behind this, getting into double Oracle. We have an Oracle at the natural, Oracle towards the main. Void Ray distracts the Stalkers, and that does create an opening for the Oracle. And the Oracle getting 2 more probe kills. Just the 2. Oh my god. SKillous does intercept. Takes down one of the Oracles. Nicely done. Does shut it down. MaxPax back at home is expanding. SKillous hasn't really gone for any massive gateway explosion, but does have map control. Is moving out. He's going to be pushing across the map. Gets eyes on the 3rd base. SKillous' 3rd is far later than that of MaxPax. Let's see what we can get done. Not much. Void Ray's in position. Prismatic Alignment has been activated. And SKillous, he does take down the Void Ray, but it's going to cost him a lot of Stalkers. Has to get the hell out of here. The Stalkers are very low. It was a clutch trade. You can see here, SKillous, he got a Void Ray, 2 Stalkers for only a Sentry. Better trade for SKillous. He does back up. Both players working into their 3rd base economy. Probes are amassing. We do miss the Oracle. +1 is on the way for MaxPax. +1 now going to be later for SKillous. Unlike the previous game, MaxPax will have the upgrade advantage. We'll be ahead in those upgrades. So he's going to be posturing. He shouldn't really be committing into anything. I mean, there's a lot of potential with Link, true. You can dance with the army of SKillous. Stasis trap being set up. Let's go. MaxPax poking in. Ideally trying to force the army to chase him. Trying to bait him into that stasis. Oracle towards the main as well. Catching out some Stalkers. Not bad. 1 Stalker goes down. And the army... No! Ooh, Stasis does catch the Stalkers. At the same time, Oracles are popping off. We get adept kills here. 3 probes in the natural. Another probe in the main. And we're breaking the 3rd. Yeah, the Stalker, the main army gets caught out. MaxPax is pushing in. We get the shield battery, we get the probes. It's going to be 8 probe kills. And as the Stasis runs out, MaxPax should get out of here. But it's been worth it. Has been worth it. 9 probes go down. MaxPax taking a 4th. Takes a worker lead. Again, the setup was insane. And even taking a slightly worse trade. Has to respect the army. Backs off. Had the concave, but didn't have the numbers. But now there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on SKillous to move out. But behind the setup stage is shaded once again. More probes going to be going down. We get another 3, another 4 probe kills. And we're pulling SKillous apart. 5 probes falling. Shading into the main. Looking for another worker kill. Getting 7. No. Getting up to 8 probe kills. And with that, MaxPax has a massive economic lead. The longer this goes on, the better it's going to be here for MaxPax. SKillous from here, macroing is going to be difficult. We could try to tech up into disruptors. That's going to be an option here. We could also make use of DTs. For now, Temple Archives. We're going for Temple Archives. We're taking a 4th base. SKillous going to take this slow. But that does mean that MaxPax is getting further ahead. +2 is on the way. Charge. Dark Shrine on the way as well, because why the hell not? We don't even need it, but why not? DT's on the horizon as well. MaxPax is moving out. Has the worker lead, has the army lead as well. Picking up some of these zealots before backing up. No big commitment, distracting the main army at the same time. Zealot Rumba hit towards the south. Thankfully, SKillous is in position. Has zealots of his own. +2 just now kicking in here for MaxPax. War Prisms do one into each other. They run in. Get turned away. And it looks like we're just trying to create an opening once again for those DTs. Like I say that, we're going to be reinforcing with Zealots. Once again, distracting the main army. Zealots, they come in from the right-hand side, but SKillous is in position. Let's go. So far, he is keeping up. SKillous keeping up with the Zealots. MaxPax, he has quite a large bank to work with. And there it is. DTs now being morphed in. Going for the 4th. There are cannons in position though. The other cannon cells, they collapse on the Stalkers. Stalkers are going down. A better trade there for MaxPax. At the same time, DTs are deflected. And we're headed towards the 3rd. The Immortal gets caught out. Not a bad catch here from SKillous. Chasing MaxPax back. Again, even though MaxPax has been ahead economically, he has been accumulating a bank. He hasn't been able to really spend it too efficiently. So SKillous, he's holding his own. Defense against the DTs. Pushing forward. He's going to be consolidating his army. Catching those Dark Templar. Getting caught out a little bit here. Archons are going down. Pick up an Archon. Almost a second as well. SKillous pushing forward. MaxPax missing some Warpins. And SKillous is getting ground. Takes out the Immortal. The Immortal goes down. Purely Stalkers remaining here for MaxPax. Again, backing up a lot of resources. He's on 2k minerals poppy. Again, he's been missing Warpins. And SKillous, he has momentum. He's breaking through. Instead, DTs have warped into harass. Bold move here by MaxPax. And SKillous is pushing through. Those DTs, they can get a lot done. But again, a risky maneuver here by MaxPax. As DTs, they dive on the cannon. Cannon is going to go down. We have a backup cannon, though. And it's going to fall as well. Meanwhile, the Prism gets caught out. MaxPax is able to pick off some key units. Does get the Prism, does get the Immortal. Pulling back to the shield batteries. Yeah, still a very tense fight here between our two players. DTs are being cleaned up. Being cleaned up. Meanwhile, SKillous takes down the Nexus. Taking his own. SKillous technically up a base. Here's up a base. Meanwhile, MaxPax once again going for another warp in. Going for Zealots. Zealots into natural. SKillous, he does respond in time. Does have a warp in available. He's keeping up. SKillous barely keeping up, but getting quite a bit out of position. We're going for the base. SKillous trying to get this around. Yeah, MaxPax going for purely Stalkers. It's such a heavy Stalker army. That's why he's got a large mineral bank, by the way, because he's been mainly warping in Stalkers and DTs. We just had to warp in Zealots, but we've been avoiding it for the most part. There we go. Zealots are now being warped in once again. So far, not bad. Kiting back, picking away at the Archons, picking away at the Zealots. Yeah, efficient trades here from MaxPax. Has just been out trading SKillous. And now finally he can break in with that run by. Finally getting damage done. Up until now, SKillous has always had a warp in, but not this time. And not this time. Probes finally going to be falling here. We get 7 probe kills. We get another massive warp of Zealots as well. MaxPax finally able to make use of his bank. Able to make use of that army. Zealots, they're raiding free here at the natural as well. Slowly breaking through. And I mean, sure, MaxPax, I mean, sure, SKillous, he's trading with the main army, but back at home, did lose a lot of workers, down to 54 probes. Down to 54. MaxPax taking another base, still happily mining. Zealots and DTs, they come in once again. We have observers, we have detection. We're okay. You can see SKillous trying to catch that prism. Doesn't quite get it. As SKillous moves out, MaxPax can move in. He's going for the base. Going for the Nexus. Oh, we have the recall. SKillous, he holds on. And MaxPax has to be careful again. His army, the quality of this army composition isn't amazing. If he gets caught out, then he could lose everything. If he gets surrounded, I mean. But now he's able to dance back. Getting more Stalkers, getting 10 more probes across the map is being cleaned up. And DTs are coming from behind. We focus on the Observer. No detection. We get the Observer. We get the Immortal as well. The DTs, they pop off. Mate, DTs are with the MVPs in game 1. And even here in game 2, they're finding a lot of damage. The DTs, man. As MaxPax takes a better fight, SKillous still falling behind in the workers. And it looks like finally we have enough. We're breaking through. Zealots are coming in from behind. MaxPax, he does have to back up, has to respect it. But now we lost our Immortals. We lost the Immortals, we lost the Archons, we lost the backbone of SKillous' army. It's no longer here, and we can't afford to replace it. We just don't have the economy. We don't have the money. So we focus on the cannons. No detection, no observers. They were sniped earlier. And it's been quite a back and forth here. It's been pretty intense, but GG gets called. It looks like finally we have broken SKillous, and MaxPax will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Again, it was a very intense back and forth, but for the most part, MaxPax, he was in control. He always had the economic lead, so he had a lot of wiggle room to really work with. He had a lot, he had a large bank to fall back on as well. For a while there, he was skipping warp-ins and he was falling further behind in supply. I was a little bit concerned, but eventually he held. He was able to stabilize and able to bring it back in the end. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax will be our first finalist, and we're getting ready for our lower semifinals. It's going to be Clem versus Creator. As Clem did take down Spirit, it went all the way to the ace match. It went all the way to game 3 versus Spirit, so shout out to Spirit for making that happen. Massive shout out to Spirit. Did force the ace match, but didn't win it in the end. And now we have a TVP to determine, do we get a Protoss versus Protoss finals or a Protoss versus Terran? Oh boy. We are here to find out. 2 series left. 2 series remaining here in the broadcast. 2 more matches to come.